How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another live Minecraft. This time we're going to do phase 3 of this TNT explosion stuff. Definitely put together a much bigger system. Everything has its limits regardless, but we're just going to throw everything that we can at this thing again. 1 hour of placing TNT down. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off with just the sheer basics. And let's just get to this here. Let's get this other view here. Normal TNT for a little while. We're going to fill up any little houses that are around. And then we're going to mix it up for right now with some 20s and some 100s. So each one of these stacks are 100s and 20s, which we have ones that are 10,000 too, but those things are just so massive. I mean, 10,000 in one block. I think the last time that we did that, I must have placed 30, 40 of them down easily. So just do the math of how many was inside of each one of those blocks. We did have atom TNTs, all different types of other ones. I did kind of want to test the zombie apocalypse one first, right along with this villager defense thing. But maybe we'll do that before we explode everything. We'll just see what that looks like. It's just off to the side somewhere, maybe in a few minutes. Make sure this is stacked up to the brim. This server should definitely perform much better than the last one. If you guys remember the last one, those of you who stuck through, the server kept exploding. But like if you went in there to join, you could only watch it for a few minutes and then it would just kick you. And it probably took it a good 20-30 minutes to completely get done without the explosion. I'm going to pound this out a little bit more so I can fill more up in there. The first time we did it, the server just completely crunched. It wasn't good. Like literally at all. I'm going to hold the button down here for like a little bit. Let's mix another 20. That's a 20 stacked in one. And this is 100 stacked in one. So we have 120 just between these two right here. And I hate to do this to you guys. I think I'm going to do this real quick. This does not count towards our hour. But since there's nobody up in here, I'm probably just going to put a couple quick shares in for myself. Kind of a different time than like I usually decide to stream. Usually it's early mornings or midday. I'm going to put a couple little shares in real quick. Plus it gives me time to show off my DNS world sign. Again, we're going to make this just a little bit longer than an hour just because obviously I'm putting some shares in. Everything Minecraft. Let's see here. Minecraft groups. You guys have never had a problem with me sharing, thankfully. Never heard them say anything to me at least, or block or ban me from going in there. Let's do this one too, and one more, and that should be good enough. There. Good enough. How to get a couple shares in for myself before we get too crazy on this. So we're going to add maybe 3 extra minutes on the hour, just because obviously we took 3 minutes just to put shares in. Probably should have done that during my intro. I didn't really think that through very well. But then again, I don't think very often. Don't forget, this is a newly designed custom computer. We're going to give this one a test. This one has way more cores, way more processing, way more hyper threads. Same amount of RAM, just faster RAM. We're going to see what this thing can do. Plus, don't forget, we're also running shaders and texture packs. So on my end, the explosions can make my end maybe a little bit laggy, even on a 4090 Ti. I got a 24 gig edition too. I think it's more about the calculation power, not so much about the memory, because I know at least as far as the server goes, last time I did this, it barely used any RAM. Like RAM was not the issue. It was the calculating power from the CPU was an issue, which is why we added more cores. More cores and more hyperthreads. And I actually set up an argument to where I asked it to use up as much as it needed right up until it crashes. I probably shouldn't have done that because now it probably will crash. But let's see what this processor's made out of, you know? More cores. Okay, now we're going to put a 20 stack. I think each house that we do, we're going to do a 20 stack and one of these. And we should put one of these villager defenses and a zombie apocalypse. Don't forget, we have tons of TNT to choose from. A lot of these are going to be really seriously hard to choose from. But for now, we're going to mix them up. And then as we dig deeper, we'll get... Look, what is this one? A vaporizing TNT? Yikes. I think the one that crashed my server last time, I want to be honest, was the 10,000 stacks that I was doing. Because there was a block that can have 10,000 TNT in one. But let's keep lacing this up. So we're going to connect this garden to it too. I want to blow this whole mountainside literally right off. At least that's my objective. It's just to surround this whole thing in TNT. We're going to blow this one mountain up to the sky. And every once in a while, I'll throw in a stack of 20 and a stack of 100. The zombie apocalypse ones I'll throw in every once in a while. Now, we have some neutron star ones. We got some atom ones. The atom ones, I think, is the one that helped ruin my server last time, too. Man, she folded right in half. It's so funny. I should have installed my copy-paste program on here to where, like, towards the end, I could have just copy and pasted, like, these sections of TNT and make, like, a big block. Okay, we want to make sure these things are well connected, and we're going to get these things all around the mountain here if we can. We got about an hour and 6 minutes to do this. Unless we get a lot of views, then I'll stay on for longer and I'll keep playing TNT. I mean, that's sure intimate doom for the server. The more hours we get in doing this. But I promise at least an hour. My poor server is going to wish it was never put together. This is not a DNS World server either. This is my server. My personal server is at home. I have a couple servers out in my office that I tend to use for little projects like this, and my one blocks and all my other stuff that I like to do. It should be good for now. We'll overlap that more in a little bit. I just want to get most of this mountainside covered up first. Let's just turn the grass into TNT for now. Okay, mix 120 in. We'll put 100 in right here. If you guys got any suggestions, if you guys wish for me to go through the other TNTs, just let me know. And if there's enough, you know, if you guys want me to, I will add more, the different types of TNTs. Don't forget, the only ones I may not dig into are the Doomsday ones. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. There's the ones that we were using last time. I think that's why the server didn't like it. But if you guys go back and watch the other ones, you guys will see all the adjustments I made to the servers and all the different TNT that we use. But for now, for like the first half an hour, we're going to stick with these 3 or 4. This one looks really cool. I kind of want to see what the villager defense is. I think a bunch of, what do you call them? Golems are going to pop out of it. But then I'm going to hit it with a zombie apocalypse. So I'm hoping that we will see them battling each other as the TNT's all exploding. It'll be so amazing. At least that's the way I see it in my head. Connecting these. Man, we got a lot of work to do. This might take more than an hour to cover this whole mountainside. So we're just going to kind of just sketch it out first. Whee! Just hold the button in. That's about all we can do. Just hold the button in, you guys. Hold it in. Okay, let's throw down a 20 TNT, a 20 stack. Now this is a 100 stack right here. So already we got over 500 just in these 100 stacks that we have. A couple TNT, a couple 20s, and some normals. And as we progress, we're going to add some of the more diabolical TNT, so be sure to stick around so we can see all this mayhem. My poor 16-core server is going to be like, ugh, Lance. And I'm just going to sit here and laugh. And then I'm going to delete the server and redo it again some other time. I have some other CPUs inside my office, so maybe we could throw like a 32-core in or something a little bit bigger. Like I said, the first 2 times that we did it, I noticed RAM was not an issue. Like, it barely used like 8 gigs of RAM for the explosion, but my god, the processing power. I think the latency on the first one was like, the MSs that they call it, was like 5,000 something MSs. Was so nasty. I did put stuff up on my page about it, but the second time around, the MSs were like around 400 or 500, which the optimization, the more cores helps. But it just would kick you out every once in a while, so you couldn't witness the whole mayhem. So I'm hoping with more cores, and we just don't put down so many of the 10,000 stack ones, I think we're going to be able to see all this explode, so it'll be a treat. You guys, liking and sharing this would be so amazing. Not needed, though. Obviously, visiting is... I shouldn't ask much more from you guys than that. The fact that you just took time out just to hang out, but it would really help my algorithm, and I would really appreciate it. But again, no harm done. And I don't watch the views typically either, so I'm probably just talking to myself. Which is okay. I do that often. Yeah. Flowers, you'll be no more. It'd be like, ooh, but much bigger, like times a million. Those poor flowers. We'll deprive them of their sun first. I mean, I'm a flower garden guy, but, you know. This is just for the fun. Bye-bye grass. Bye-bye dirt. What's up, Task Force? Task Force was throwing a stream down yesterday, man. Some Jurassic Park stuff, but I am so sorry, man, that I didn't really, like, stick around that long yesterday. I had a lot of stuff going on. My daughter has, like, I don't really remember if it's bronchitis or, like, whatever it is. It's pretty bad, whatever it is. I've never seen her that sick before, so I couldn't really stick around that much. But thanks for taking time out of your day. How you feeling today, man? You at work and stuff? Got your work on? I highly suggest you guys following Task Force. Honestly, it doesn't take much just to go follow somebody. Like, just right click on their profile, open up a new tab. No harm done here. I'm not going to be upset or mad, especially if you don't come back and you want to go watch his stream he did last night. It was like a Jurassic Park thing. It was pretty cool. I had to lurk watch most of the time, but anytime is good time. Yeah, Task Force, I finally made Amber a golden mop. I made her like a little intro with it too. It was kind of funny. And what we're doing is we're going to try our best to cover up much of this mountain that we can. I mostly want to get to the side because I want to see the mountain just kind of hemorrhage. Like, ugh. This is the third time. If you guys remember the first time we did it with like, I think it was like 12 cores. And then the second time we did it with 12 cores, but way more optimizations. And this time we're doing a 16 core machine. I just assembled a computer specifically for this specifically. And I used the same optimizations that I did added the second time around. But I don't think I'm going to do it any more times than this because I like doing this. I'm going to be honest with you guys, okay? I work on computers for a living. And if I sell these machines, I can at least say the calculations because when you do explosions, it's more calculating power than it is memory. Even video card. I mean, that would only be on the client side. But as far as the server goes, it's really just about processing power will determine. If you guys remember too, I was using crazier TNT. Like, we do got a couple hundred stacks, which I should actually add in. Like, that's 101. That's a lot. I mean, think that just covered 100. That one's only 20. Hey, good morning, Heather. Good morning, all of you guys, actually. I do appreciate everybody being here. And I do hope I answered your question. This is probably going to be the last time. I mean, then I kind of know what these AMD processors are actually made of. Heather rolling in there with those stars. Thank you so much, Heather. That's very kind of you. Hardworking woman spending her moolah on Lance. Appreciate you, girl. But yeah, I don't feel like I'm going to do any more because obviously if I get more time in here, clearly 32 cores is going to allow us probably to watch the whole thing. I should have just went big or go home. I think I'm going to be selling this computer later on, so this is kind of why I'm doing it too. My client is looking for a good gaming computer, and I can say, dude, the processing power is freaking amazing on this thing, and I can show it through a stream. And the last server that I did, well, I call it a server just because I made it a server, I sold, and I made quite a bit of money off from it, to be honest, because I was able to prove what it was capable of. So, yeah, that's right. Heather's amazing, man. Don't forget, you guys, I have 8 subs, but subs can actually put down their own content creator page. They can share, like, you know, their TikTok or whatever they want. Or if you're a gamer, just come on in and say hello. I will always suggest people to go to your page anyways, you know what I mean? You know, guys don't have to sub up for that feature. I'll still make suggestions. Especially the good old Task Force there. He's our buddy. Appreciate you, Heather, honestly. I assume you're at work right now? In the old office? I just want to see this thing right here, mostly just hemorrhage right here. This whole side, I just want to see hemorrhage outward. So I think we're going to put a lot more 20s and 100 stackaroos right here. I'm going to kind of mix them up a little bit first before I come down with the normals. And then we'll come through with the normals. Don't forget, these are all 100 stacks. And we'll go in with a couple 20s. Then let's not forget our villager defense ones. These are going to spawn a whole bunch of golems, I'm assuming. I'm all spawning in here. This is going to be cool. We're going to put a golem villager pack there, and then we're going to put a zombie apocalypse right next to this. So I'm hoping, not that we'll be able to see it, they'll be battling for Middle Earth right here as they all spawned. We'll even put a couple in here. See how deep this is first. Okay, it does have an ending, so we will fill it up. Work all day, of course. Yeah, I figured as much. You know Lance, he just likes to talk even if he knows the answers. I would love to put a torch in here for some light, but last time I did that, I accidentally let all the TNT off by accident. It was a complete shit show. If you guys remember, I had to delete the stream. I was not happy about that. Not happy at all, because I wanted to see that. Hey, what's going on? David, what's up, man? The man, the myth, the legend. What's going on, man? That's our buddy David. David's a pretty big part of our Discord and our Minecraft server that we have. David, could Lance ask you a humongous favor, man? I really honestly hate to ask this. would there be by any chance you could somehow obtain, even if you got to scroll down my page a little bit, figure out my Bedrock and Java information is? If you could share that in my chat, man, I would be foreverly in your debt. Oh, really? Forever. He's just waking up. I feel you, man. Please just take your time, though. I'm not obviously like aiming for like, let's go immediately. But just at whatever point in time. That way I can just keep laying TNT down. It was a fucking man, dude. And this is not that server. This is not a DNS World server. This is Lance's server. Lance's home servers. I would never do this to their servers. I think we did a little role playing last time. The warden and Sarah would be like, I smell something. Why is Lance's computer on fire back there? I heard something about a TNT challenge today. Nah, I would never do that. I do it all day long to my own stuff, though. Let's put at least a 20 stacker, a 100 stacker. Good morning, time to grind. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Plus, I gotta do something that's not like take too much of my time up, because my daughter's really freaking sick. And she's actually on like one of those puffer things that you usually have for like if you have asthma. Like, it's not good. Walking pneumonia. That's what it was. Like, she's really bad. Like, so they almost had to bring her to Vermont the other day, Heather. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, if it didn't clear up at least a certain percentage, she was gone. They were gonna put her on a fucking boat and take her over. In Vermont, for those of you guys who do not know, that's the much bigger hospital that's local to me. They do all the bigger stuff over there. Plus, our hospital is not really a children's hospital, from my understanding. Yeah, honestly, Heather, yesterday she was like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I almost felt like this should be fake. Like, this should not be happening. Obviously, nobody wants to see their loved ones going through that. It was so scary, honestly, and I didn't want to show like it bothered me that much, because like you could tell the more scared that she got, the harder the breathing got, clearly. I felt bad too. Like, last night she went to bed thinking she wasn't going to wake up. Like, she was like, oh, if I die, I love you, and like weird stuff like that. But she's really young, so she didn't really, you know, understand what was going on. I'm just glad like we had caught it like way ahead of time. Like the first day or so, like she had a slight cough, so we didn't really take it too seriously, because it didn't really appear to be anything more than like maybe allergies or something, maybe. I don't know. It was definitely nothing like that. And then like she woke up the next day and was like, holy cow, what the hell's going on? What's going on? But yeah, definitely Vermont. Yep, definitely. They had to have her on some weird breathing device when she was there too. Like those things like that she would breathe into, like a long tube, and it was connected to some machine. I think it was to help break up the mucus in her lungs and stuff. Yeah, this mountainside is going to be gutted. It's going to be like whoosh. I mean, if it better reach at least this far. I want to see horses flying halfway across the freaking map, man. I just want to see it. All right, let's lace this mountain aside now. We're just going to keep going back and forth like a crazy madman that I am. Just trying to hold the button down, but you do have to be moderately close to it. Where's this? Mountains side? Right around. I'm really hoping the server will survive all the way this time, so you guys can actually see it. You guys remember the very last time, it took like every 10 minutes I was able to join, but it would kick me out within a few minutes. And the description is there what the differences of each machine was. So you guys get what I'm saying. And this computer will be sold after to one of my clients, because they're looking for processing power. They're looking for processing power. They're doing some AI thing is what they're doing, so... And again, TNT, when you explode TNT on a server, it requires processing power, not so much RAM. And that would not be on the client side, that'd be on the server side. As you guys are seeing here, this is a client. I bet you my shaders, my texture packs, I'm thinking about shutting them right off when I do it. So if you guys have a suggestion to that, just let me know. And let's see here. That was a weird message I just seen pop up here too, off to the side. They had pinned something. I've never seen that before. Just shows their face. Oh well, we're going with it. Bye-bye, mountainside. Okay, guys, now we're going to put a 20 stacker, put a couple 20 more stackers up in here. 20, 20, 20, 20. Let's add a couple hundreds. Don't forget those are 100 stacks. And we're going to add a villager defense next to a zombie apocalypse. We're going to put a couple of these in right here, so we guarantee to hopefully see a big battle. Now, let's go through some of the TNT. The Doomsday ones, I think we're going to stay away from this time. I mean, I would love to add that 10,000 Sackaroo in there, but again, I want to see explosions. So we're going to go with some of the normal ones right now. Let's go with the fire one. We're going to trade it. No, let's not trade it, actually. A daytime. I'm not sure what that does. And then we'll do a meteor one. So I should have stuff coming from the sky. So we're going to put this one right here. Again, I want to be able to watch it too, so I'm going to put a couple of these around. Let's get mad on here. So I'm going to add just an extra few minutes on for that stall. The stream's going to be just a little bit longer than an hour. I did share a lot of stuff too at the beginning, so it took away from that hour time. I want a real hour in this. So we're going to do our best educated guess, other than what the time actually says, because clearly that doesn't go by what I was not doing. It just knows the count. I'm so excited to finally see this live. Hey, I don't think I've ever seen you in one of my streams before, man. I appreciate you, Sunday Driver. That right there is another fellow streamer, content creator to you guys. Don't forget, subs can actually share their links. They can with a description, but other than that, Lance will just shout you out and highly suggest to go visit your page. Content creators, let's go. Okay, I don't want to ruin the... Actually, we're going to put some around the sign, too. Don't forget to read the description. I believe the description, I think I did put links to all the other TNT explosion things, so you guys can go back and go see what happened. The first time I did it, the server didn't last very long. It fell apart. The second time around, the server stayed alive, but it wouldn't allow no one in. That's 2 reactions back to back. Thank you so much, you guys. And most importantly, welcome to the stream. Let's go. I think after I get done with this, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think I'm going to play some Skyrim VR. I've not played that in a really long time. TNT fail coming. Yeah, it is. But this time, Jay, I'm not going to put so many 10,000 stacks. I don't mean to be a broken record. I think what really actually broke the server was these. I mean, that's 10,000 TNT in one. That's actually, those of us who actually have a thought process, that is more TNT that I could probably put out in 1 hour putting normal ones out. So I'm just saying, I think that is why it was imminent failure. But don't forget, the second time was not imminent failure. It just kicked us out. But the server kept going on. And I did actually put proof of that with pictures and all sorts of separate stuff. And it's not that far in my page either. So you guys could scroll down and find those very easily. And in my description, there might even be links. Speaking about links, I gotta get my my Minecraft server up on there, because I do own and run a public Minecraft server as well. Java and Bedrock crossplay, you guys. So if you got the 1.20 series, you can join. Game Zone rolling up in there too. Thank you so much. I know he's not happy about this, but my main objective is blow this mountainside off right here. I want to see this thing freaking be gutted. So I'm going to put most of the TNT power on this side, but I'm going to cover a lot of that other one. That just added a few more extra minutes on our stream for talking and not moving. Because really the objective is to keep moving, even if I'm going to run my mouth all day long. I'm just going to fall. Wait, let's start right here. Let's fall and see what it does. We'll hold the button in. Not as effective as or efficient as I thought it would be. TNT fail coming. Yeah, it's going to be a fail, but it'll be fun. I'm hoping it'll let me stay this time. If you could, you may have to, like, maybe look at one of my past streams. If you scroll down it a little bit, you'll notice to where I have there, it's a Java and Bedrock IP address. If you're able to copy and paste that into my stream, that would be so amazing. Just that way, then I can just keep laying TNT down. And then I'll get sidetracked. I know I'll end up putting shares in, and I'll be doing other stuff, and I won't be putting TNT out. David is actually a pretty big part of my community as far as Discord and my Minecraft Java server. Just to be honest with you guys, Wolfie, Ninja, Gaming with Howard, you guys all know Gaming with Howard. Just a big team, you know. Or even if you wanted to share that one link, actually, where it's got the video where it's got where like I'm accepting new players. You know which one I'm talking about. It was like a reel that I had made. It shows people standing at a desk and it has music. Okay, I gotta stop being lazy. I'm gonna do that myself, I guess. Okay, let's park it over here. I can't do that to David. David just woke up too. I got this, Dave. He does enough already as far as the server, making sure it runs good and all that fancy. So I'm gonna go find my own stuff here real quick. So I am so sorry. I understand it's not good for views, and I'll add even a couple extra minutes, you know, as far as however long that this actually takes right here. There we go. I think yep, this is the right one right here. So I'm going to share this with you guys, and then we'll leave it be. This actually has all the information of joining a public server as well. Let's copy this, copy link, and now let's put this actually inside of the chat. I'm sorry for the ones that may have just left. I honestly do not. There we go. Does somebody else get that for me? Oh, I did. Okay. You don't have to worry about that, Davey. Oh, he did get it. Awesome. And that one right there, I'm going to pin. Don't forget, that is Java and Bedrock, you guys. This music's a little bit too calm for what I'm doing. Actually, this one's okay. Sounds like it's business. I'm going to make a nice frame for the sign. A TNT frame for DNS World and Lance's sign. Here we go. Hey. Thanks again, David. I appreciate you, man. You know, something else I've been thinking too, other than allowing subs to share their content creator pages, I've been really thinking about changing my rules just a little bit. Jump in and play. Absolutely, David. We've been getting more and more people every day, you guys. Like, I'm being completely honest. I've noticed, like, in the mornings, the afternoon, like mornings for me, and I know that's a lot because, like, the region wise, because I've noticed I got some people from the Philippines playing in there and a few other people. TNT frame. Yeah, it's a TNT frame. Again, just in case anybody from DNS World makes it in here, I just want to let you guys know I would never do this to your guys' servers. This is not your server. I would never do this. Why is Lance's server acting weird today? All right. Don't forget, we're trying to gut the side of this this mountain over here. I'm trying to see how much more that we have to cover. And we got probably 40 minutes left because I did a lot of pausing. So it's going to be about an hour and like 10, an hour and 20 minutes. Or till I say so. TNT frame! It won't be your frame when I'm done with it. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to have all these extra computers around me. Like, if you guys ever see my office, I think any of you guys who like computers and stuff would be like, damn, what the hell? I want that. Be right back. No problem, Dave. No problem, buddy. Trying to work my way to the backside of that again because I want to add more on it. Hey guys, so it's going to add 100 stack, 100 stack, 100 stack, 100 stack, and wait a minute. Let's put a villager defense up here, TNT, and let's put a zombie apocalypse on the other side. I kind of want to see what those do, but I don't want to do it yet though. I can't let myself get the better of me. Can't be getting all impatient. Last time that happened, I actually blew everything up. Is this the side that we're working on? Yes, that's it right there. Good. This side of the mountain's going to get the most. But don't forget, we got like a certain percentages underneath it too. When I read the setup, I was like, this guy isn't messing around. No, man. I am the Minecraft server god. Like, this is all like I really like enjoy doing. I go in my office, I assemble these servers really quick, and I bring them inside to do like all my one blocks and, you know, stuff like that. I do mix it up with DNS World servers too, but you know, I'm always afraid to put theirs offline, and I don't want to ask them for help because I mess something up. Because at least at home, if I do something here, I can tend to it hands-on. I don't have to ask for help. It's right on my premises, so I can tend to it because I do understand all these functions. I understand how these things run. But we're gonna keep God moding the hell out of this. You guys know me. I'm known for my crazy outlandish Minecraft Forge servers. I mean, we go for 200 plus mods like every single time. I don't play around. I wish there was a way to figure out actually how much is out there. But I don't know how to figure that out. And I'm not counting. And don't forget, some of these stacks are pretty huge. Do a 20 stacker right here, maybe. We'll add another one in right here. Probably should have invited a couple of my friends in here to do this too. They covered a lot more area. I guess that would be aiming for definitely server failure. This is going to be pretty cool too, because then I'll know the calculation power of that CPU when this is all done. I got some software running on that too, so I can figure that out. No grass goes uncovered. Villager, man, we're going to put him in some of that too. Make a house out of this for him. Bye-bye, Halsey. I'm just hoping the server just lags and we can just experience it together. Let's replace this with this. Love it, man. You're absolutely killing it. I wish I could stick around. I really do. But duty calls. Absolutely, man. Life first. Life first. Absolutely. This is the most electric stream I've seen on Facebook since watching Mitsu. Have fun, man. Hey, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the very nice comment, man. Honestly, you're a good guy. I appreciate that. Don't forget to visit Sunday Driver too, you guys. You guys could just do that by right-clicking and opening up a brand new tab and go show him some love too. Task Force was up in here. David's also a gamer streamer, but he doesn't do it very often, but that's not his gaming page or nothing. Good people though. Appreciate you, Sunday Driver. And definitely that keeps me very highly influenced, obviously. Keeps me coming back with these things. Especially knowing that you guys might really enjoy these. We got about 40 minutes left of the stream, nothing big. I'm going to give you guys the hour that I promised. We did waste a little bit of time between talking and sharing. I want to make sure that one side of the mountain's at least covered up pretty good. Oh, that's where the villager is. Let's make him a little home with TNT. TNT. It's dynamite. Okay. This is looking a little bit lonely over here. Do not forget to read the description, you guys, to really know what's going on. Nothing but love, Brewski. You got this. I appreciate you, man. Don't forget, subs can share their content creator page. You don't have to wait for that shout out. You can leave your own description. When we play Fortnite, Overwatch, or Halo, you don't have to wait in lobbies. You can actually join the group and kill stuff. When I do giveaways, which I have not done in a while, which we're due for, you guarantee to get your name on that wheel twice instead of once. Okay. These villager homes are looking a little bit bare, so what we're going to do is we're going to put a meteor shower one right here. We'll put one over here. Let's guarantee we'll put a fire one here and 100 stacker. We have quite a bit just right here. Let's put a villager defense and a zombie apocalypse couple over here, so the villagers can have a little bit of fun running from all of that, as if the TNT wasn't bad enough. Let's lace the hell out of this. Make sure these guys got quite a bit over here. And then we're going to run this over so it connects. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make a wick. And the wick, I do want to see that mountain just lose all its inners. Right here. And I'm thinking so that we could probably see this. Some of it maybe. We're going to like kind of build it outward like this. But I know TNT typically drops when it's lit. So I may actually have to build it down to the ground like this instead. We might have to grab one of these other blocks just to make sure it doesn't go into the water, which is fine. But I want to see it work its way over. You know, like boom, 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 boom. It just got it. We might even do something like this. Start from way over here Now, I did turn the rendering down, guys, because obviously that's going to be sure intermittent failure on my end. I just set it for 8. I mean, I'm on a 4090 Ti, but again, this doesn't really go by the gigs. It goes by processing power than anything else. So we're going to have to run this all the way across so we at least have something to build on. Plus, if I build it straight across, again, the TNT will just fall. It may not explode it like in the manner of how I want it to. It should be fine from here. I don't see myself doing this again. Again, I should have enough information about these CPUs and what they're capable of after this, definitely. I mean, the only bigger one I really have is inside my personal computer, which is where I'm not going to be doing it for that. I want to connect it right to that, and we're going to explode it from over there. I might actually throw a stick of dynamite at it and then watch it explode. Or a fire arrow or something. And then we're going to connect it right to all of that good stuff. Poor sheep. You'll be counting sheeps later. When people say only when pigs fly, I should spawn a whole bunch of pigs, because I'm sure I'm going to blow them halfway across the freaking map. And this is going to be where that we're going to ignite it from over there. And hopefully we can just watch it work its way over here. There we go. Have it well connected. This one we're going to get rid of, because it'll just fall anyways. Now let's throw in a 100 stack here, 100 stack here. Put a couple hundreds. Let's put a fire one here. And one there. And then we're going to throw some more. We're not going to do any doomsday ones this time around. These times. I swear I can talk. I'm just excited. What if I can do it like this? It's a little harder to aim everything, but you know. As long as I don't accidentally detonate it, I'll be fine. I think the first time we tried this, I deleted it, you remember? Because I accidentally blew it up. Before that we were supposed to. I don't want to do it the other way because it'd be more appealing, because you can see the rest, like more of the world. The FOV is obviously different for that. Got right around 30 more minutes left of this, you guys, give or take. It's quite a long time if you guys think about it, just to place TNT down, regardless of the system or the server. It's a long time. Especially for something like this. That is like very costing on the computer itself. Stressful, I mean. Don't forget, we also have a public Minecraft world that everybody can join. You got a Java or Bedrock. You both are welcome. So Java and Bedrock both can play together on my server. We have tons of mods. We got RPG mods on there. We got leveling mods on there. We got extra fishing stuff on there. So when you fish, you get better stuff. We got book bags. And Bedrock can play with Java users too, with all the same features inside my server. And it's on a really good, robust server too. Flexible, highly customizable server too from DNS World. I've been using them for quite a while now. Like, I can actually vouch for their servers. They're just amazing. Anything I ever asked or needed, bam, they were able to get it going, which assumingly was a yeah, you can. I have people playing on there with their phone. I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard one person in there saying that they were on their PlayStation. I chuckled. I thought PlayStation couldn't play Minecraft, but I guess it supports it now or something like that. But they said they were on their PlayStation playing. And I did test it with my phone and my Xbox at home. So my phone was able to join. And on my personal computer, because I have Bedrock and Java, I don't play Bedrock. I got it for free a long time ago for buying. Back in the day, they had some promotional thing to buy Java or to buy Bedrock that they gave you both. So I was able to join off my PC too. I think they might have even had a player off on their Switch even, I want to say, but I mean, I could definitely be wrong. Or they could be lying. I don't have a Switch to test. But it's a Nintendo product, so I don't see why. Thanks for sticking around too, Jay. I appreciate you, man. Are you a streamer, Jay? Do you content create or anything like that, buddy? I'm just curious. But yeah, I highly suggest anybody joining that server. If you ever need anything, just let me know. Oh yeah, we also got kits in there. You do /kits. There's 3 different kits that you can get. You get them like once every 8 hours. And also on my server, everybody can Bedrock too. You can spin a wheel once every 24 hours or once a day. And when you spin the wheel, you have a chance of winning tons of good stuff or just something normal or nothing. It's called the Lucky Wheel. So if you're low on gear, we have great achievement pack on. So if you it's called Blaze Pack achievements, I believe. So if you let's say if you kill 10 sheep, you'll get like 1 piece of iron ore. And I know that may seem OP, but I'm trying to prevent people from cheating. So I figured if people get good stuff often, maybe they're less likely to cheat. Maybe they don't feel like they have to and like do something to get that block or to get that. So I try to make it like that so everybody has fun. And we do have anti-cheat programs on there. If it catches you, you're gone, you're gone. I won't let you back. I don't really care. I want to have fun. I want my people on there having fun. That is a no return policy, definitely. This mountainside is actually looking pretty lumptuous. You know what we're missing, you guys? We're missing a 20 stacker, 20 stacker, 20 stacker, which we do have some inside of that mixed in. We'll put a fire TNT, not too much. And we got to keep lacing the side of this Richard Kluke rolling in there. What's going on, Rick? I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for stopping by, showing some love. That's our local legend, Rick. Appreciate you, man. We also had another one, Heather. You guys all know Heather. She was up in here not that long ago, too. I need better music than this for this. We need something crazier. Jay with the reaction, too. Appreciate you, Jay. Appreciate you, man. Jay showing some love, too. Not just watching and showing some love. Definitely, I can't lie with you guys. As a content creator, those reactions definitely keep me coming back. It definitely makes me, like, anxious to come back knowing that, you know, the reaction shows that you guys enjoy it. Or are appreciative of me killing my servers. The server must bleed. I wish I could show you guys that the MSs when it was exploding. I'd have to somehow log in with my phone and I don't know how I would share it. Okay, this does need some inside, so we're going to put a little bit inside too. We're not going to go crazy inside. We're going to stay away from the torches to see. Since I can't fill it all the way in, realistically, we'll just put a couple 100 stackers in here. How big is this? That's actually not very big, so I guess I will take the time to fill this out. Fill this in. This is stuff that seems... I'm watching the whole... Oh, wait, I'm watching a while looking for the Nether Fortress. Wait, do you mean that you've been playing for a while? Inside that server, you mean? I'm sorry, Jay. I must misunderstand your message. I'm watching while look... Oh, okay, I get it now. Watching while looking for another fortress. Holy cow, Lance. My brain's in 2 different areas right now. Obviously. I get what he's saying now. He's looking for another fortress and watching. He's multitasking. I'm always afraid to misunderstand people, especially when I'm trying to read their stuff. I always feel bad for that, but what can I say? I'm not perfect. Okay, that's fine. Don't forget we got a couple 100 stackers in there, so that kind of makes up for the areas that could not quite fill in sufficiently. That's inside of there. Because surely that 100 stack is more than I would have put in there anyways. This whole mountain is just gonna spew its guts out. And we're up to 40 minutes in, but we're also adding an extra 30 minutes on just because of all the pausing that I did earlier. That might be enough time to add more to the side of this mountain. Imagine all the blocks are going to be physically being released from this mountain right here. And I think it's more unique that we're doing it from a mountainside this time. And we're going to keep all the RTX graphics on. So my poor personal PC, you imagine how things going to feel? I've got the shaders, which is one form of graphics, on complete epic max. This thing's not set for potato graphics by any means. And then I have shaders and texture packs on, which are 64 to 128. So it's like the bit from those alone are going to be nasty. So my personal computer is going to lag too, definitely. Even on my 4090. I know it's going to. That thing's got some major calculating power, but not quite to like this. So it's going to be laggy to watch either way. But maybe not. I guess I kind of made it seem like it was, and then I kind of reversed it on you guys, but... how my mind works, damn it. I actually kind of like this this beat right here, to be honest. I'm gonna turn this up just a little bit more. Maybe it'll make me more enthused to really just give it the TNT. Let's even restart it. Here we go. This sounds like something I could just rock to, you know? Let's just go nuts now. We got the right beat. We have a couple viewers, I'm assuming. Actually, I did see chat. I don't look at my views, you guys. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't look at my views. I'm just assuming we have a couple because people have been talking. We're just gonna... Creeper, you want to witness an explosion you have never seen before. You're about to. What I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna fill in this whole complete hole if it's really deep. What we'll do is we'll lace it with a couple 100 stacks. I'll put one in there anyways, and I guess we'll just do our best. Screw it, we're here to do this. So this mountain actually has a couple corners that are, if it's not perfect, it's okay, this section, because we did put a 100 stack over there. Surely I didn't miss 100 in this little section, so... And that's 101. Don't forget, the first and second time we ever did this, we did this with blocks that had 10,000 in one. And I'm not exaggerating either. They had 10,000 blocks in one. So this time we're not doing the 10,000 stackaroos. We're going to go with the more less aggressive ones, but we're still going to go all in. I mean, how much more do we got to go? Oh, hi, Creeper. Now, I want to get him in here a little bit more, because he's definitely going to... This will be his last time on the server. Rid of that one. Fill this in since he went a bit deeper. There's 3 sections that we have that actually have quite a bit of TNT in it. To the sky with you. Just because I missed a couple in that section, I'm going to add a 20. Surely there's not 20 blocks I didn't get in that little section, so there's probably more there than what would have been there if I would have just filled it in normally. And that's okay, because I can't go for perfect. I mean, I want to. But I'm going to do my best, which is why we're going to slip in a couple 100 stacks and 20 stacks every once in a while, just to kind of recover from those areas, so no one's like, hey man, you missed a lot over there, but there's also a 100 stacker over there. Okay, so now we can work back on this. Here's a whole bunch of 20s right there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Right there's 100 right there. And there's another one right there I can see. I do hope these cores can hold up to all of this, just whatever amount that we can get in. Once we get the hour in from the server, and then we'll knock on the extra 20 minutes that we spent on talking earlier and sharing. So the stream's actually going to look like an hour and 20 minutes. And that is just to give you guys exactly what I promised, more or less. There's some zombie apocalypse ones and some golem blocks. Can you send me a... Yeah, I will. Actually, a request is not needed, thankfully, but let me get you with this here. Okay, this right here, you guys. This right here that I'm sharing. That link right there. There's a Java import. You don't have to have a... You just literally just type it in like you would if you were going to join something. Again, I know that works because I do have players. And I'm going to add on a few extra minutes for this. And please, if you guys really can, we are actually vigorously looking for new people. And there is this link right here too that I should probably add inside of it. So I'm going to edit that real quick. We're going to add this on. So that's the video that is attended for our server. So please take the time to actually watch the video too that I actually made for you guys. That'd be so cool. I worked kind of hard on that. But it's okay if you guys don't. I mean, just the fact that you guys are even here hanging out. I couldn't ask you guys for anything more than that, really. But if you guys are interested in playing in a robust server, you want book bags, you want admins that are actually not dicks and they're freaking cool. And if you need something that they'll actually give it to you. You know what I mean? If you're bored, you want to play in creative, we'll put you in creative mode. We won't op you, but, you know, we just try our best to make sure everyone's able to play that they wish to play. Close as we can get you without opping you. We can set homes in that server. There's book bags. There's kits, too. How many servers you guys go into that have kits? So if you're not very good at the game, that would be a really good start for you if you think about it. /kit, and then I'll show you the list of kits. Just enter it in, and you got yourself some of the basic stuff. Making your adventure a little bit more, you know, pain-free, hopefully. Unless you're just a sole survivor and you're just like, Lance, I can get my own stuff, that's fine. I'm sure there is a, you know, we also got food kits. You know, if the area that you spawned in doesn't have a lot of animals or food around, you can at least pop some food while you're making that garden. Because there's usually wheat all around, let's face it. If you chop grass, you usually get wheat. This is looking good. Looks like we're gonna be able to make it too. We keep feeding it. A little crazy. Okay, now we're gonna add in some different ones completely. So let's get rid of the meteor one, the fire one. We're gonna keep these. We already got a couple of those out, I think quite a bit. So we're gonna add a few more normal ones right now. We'll do an arrow one, which might be pretty cool. An inverted TNT. Whoa, what does that even mean? Does that mean everything gets sucked into it then? Like it's just like this big force of suck? That might be pretty handy. A nuclear TNT. Okay, I think we get at least going to put one there, but I'm wondering if that's more than the 10,000 stack. So here's going to be my philosophy over this. We're going to have this thing exploding along this, exploding the guts out of the mountain. As it reaches up in here, it's going to hit all the mixture of hundreds and the apocalypse ones. And I'm wondering if we save this one for way over here, so we can at least hopefully see some of it. So we'll put the nuclear one right here, and we will purposely not add too much TNT to it, but maybe it'll explode to it, so then we get one more big... Yeah! you mentioned the word suck and her ears get all percolated. What's going on, Heather? Oh, always a pleasure to have you up in here, man. She is hilarious, you guys. Like, when Fortnite had their bushes, holy cow, man. Howard loved his bushes, man, and and Heather would feed Howard right into that every single time. The poor guy would get like caught inside of a room all by himself with his bush. Remember those good old days, Heather? Man in his bush. Oh, that is good times. Oops, that's an arrow one. We're gonna add an arrow one in right here. Not on mine. And we're gonna put an arrow one right here. So if you guys can imagine, we got the zombie apocalypse and we got the what do you call it? The golden ones are gonna appear. Love you, buddy. Howie is, yeah. Howie loves his bush. Yep, Howard used to always get stuck in the bathroom all the time. It was so funny. Fortnite, someone's in there fucking him up, shooting him, and he would actually be wearing a bush when that would happen. So we'd always have to bust his chops up a little bit. You guys all know gaming with Howard. We're actually really good friends. We did have our little fallout, but for those of you who do not know, we're actually really good friends again. We've actually been doing a lot of Minecraft stuff together. Back to the old school stuff. I just haven't really been able to get back into the Fortnite lately for some reason. Been getting too much into my Minecraft stuff, probably. Okay. Let's see what actually needs to be connected now. Ooh, nice shaders. The shaders are definitely working. I know I can't fill this whole area up, so work with me, you guys. So, in order to fix the fact I can't fill this all in, probably in that amount of time, we're going to just put a couple hundred stackers up in there. And then what we'll do is we will just rejoice into some normal TNTs connected to that. But when it hits that, we're going to have a whole bunch of separate explosions. So this might actually be worth it just for the eye candy. Makes this thing explodes upward. Otherwise, those things just kind of fall weird, you guys know. We're going to make sure this thing all connects properly. And then we're just going to connect this to this to make sure that they don't fall downward as it's exploding. And if it does, we'll just make sure it's stacked on top of another TNT. I mean, it's all part of what we're doing anyways, or what we're looking to do. I'm gonna snuggle, we're gonna snuggle 100 stacker in right there. And let's snuggle in a little 20 in there and 20 in here. So right there, we've already got 140 TNT just in those couple that we just put out. That's probably more than what's just like in this little section. But we definitely have quite a bit. Okay, we're almost reaching the first hour that I promised you guys, but don't forget we spent probably 20 minutes. I'm just going to take an educated guess between sharing and lollygagging and stuff like that and not moving. So the stream is going to be just a little bit longer. So I want to be fair and true to my posts. But at least we get that hour of more consistent TNT. Because that's what it's about, is what happens with the consistent TNT downplay. And after this, I'm probably going to play some Skyrim, VR Skyrim. I think I'm going to stream it too. You guys are familiar with Skyrim. It's a pretty popular game, but in VR. How many of you guys have played it or seen it in VR? Like Fallout. If you guys ever watch my Fallout series like I do sometimes, like that's all in VR. We play more than Minecraft over here. Minecraft is definitely one of my favorite ones. It just reminds me of the day My kids and I used to play this all the time, like so consistently. Now they're more interested in their phones and TikTok, so I can't really get them to play on these things anymore like this. So it's just dad doing it all the time. I'll hold the fort down. Plus, I've always been a big fan of Minecraft. I never learned anything, but I've always enjoyed playing. Whee! Sporadic TNT laying! Really hate to ask. Hey, Amar ran up in there. Thank you so much, Amar. Mr. Panda, man, I haven't heard from you in a long time. I do hope you and the Panda family have been doing amazing, man. Truly. He's a Twitch streamer now, you guys, I believe. I don't see any of his live streams on Facebooks anymore, but I know the last time I talked to him, Twitch. I was gonna cross stream to that, but I don't know why I did not. I should start doing better for myself. I mean, I have this amazing computer. I've got 2 gig up, 2 gig down. I can stream on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch all at the same time. I mean, I've done it before, but I just don't stay consistent for some reason. Thank you so much for becoming a follower. Much appreciated. Do not forget, you guys, okay? I'm going to pin this. Don't forget, we have a really good public server. I don't care what your region is. I don't care, like, where you're from. You can join as long as your intentions are true. Love you, buddy. Power in his bush. Okay, that was the last thing. The way that my page does it, the reason why I repeat my comments sometimes, and I apologize for that. Now, I use a browser to see my comments, and on the same screen, I have a humongous, like, 30-inch screen. It'll refresh sometimes, and what it does is it reminds me of a new message, like, in my brain. So sometimes I reread it, and I don't mean to. And I know I could use OBS as Streamlabs or Elements, and I realize it has everything, but I don't like using it for anything other than I just don't like that setup. I feel like this is much better for me and for like the way I got things and my desk and all of that. My wife bought me these humongous screens, so I'm just going to I'm gonna use them. This is looking appetizing, and we're gonna start it from way over here. And I'm thinking, which I don't think very often. I'm thinking we're gonna probably make it a little bit longer back here, maybe. I'm not sure what you guys think about that. I mean, I don't have a wick. I wish I could just light something up and go shh. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the sound of a wick, and then it will hit a TNT, but I'm unaware of how to do that. So I just want to make sure it's able just to at least make it over there. I want nothing too big off the bat. We just want it to lead over. And then it'll get bigger, hopefully, and it'll just lead into more mayhem until it just gets catastrophic. I know once these light up, they'll start falling into the water, so we're going to stack this up a little bit. And then back to this. And then towards the end of the stream, okay, if you guys think more could have been laid out, we'll run around and we'll put a couple hundred stackers around, kind of make up for the nonsense and the lollygagging. You know what I'm saying? Let's back up a little bit. So we got that side not too bad, so we're going to keep filling this in. I'm sorry to keep those of you waiting who are waiting to see this, but it's going to happen. Don't forget to read the description too, you guys. You guys will know more about why I'm doing this, why this is happening. The last 2 times I did it, like, you know, like, what was the difference? That way you guys aren't like, wait, he's just doing it again to do it. No, absolutely not. It's a whole different computer with more cores, more memory, just more power, better motherboard, faster RAM, faster M.2s. This is actually on a really nice RAID system right here, RAID 0 system. So I'm hoping that we'll get more hard drive computing power. Now, as far as my personal computer, I cannot claim how well it'll be able to handle it. I mean, we do got 64 gigs. I did allow Minecraft to say, hey, take up 32, but again, it's not a memory issue when you do stuff like this. It's a calculating from your CPU, from the server that is, and from my side, it's going to be CPU and GPU because, well, the client side's got to have to handle all of it. Okay, we're up to the hour mark, you guys. We've got 20 minutes left to make up for all the shenanigans and all the talking and lollygagging, and that's it. And then I'm going to ignite it. As soon as that reaches an hour and 20 minutes. This is looking a little bit lonely over here. This poor mountainside. I just hope it flies. Like, I hope this mountain actually somehow transports itself from here to over here. It just stacks itself all up, a perfect mountain. Everything just lands perfectly. Whoop, put myself up in there. Whee! It's gonna do a nice fall and just put him as I'm falling. I do want to give a shout out to our buddy David too for taking time out of his day for putting a couple posts up for me too in the live stream. I do appreciate that. Poor guy just woke up and I'm begging him to put stuff in the stream. I abuse my friends. No, just joking. Dun, 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 dun. Not only is this going to be one of the most explosive streams I've done, this is literally going to be one of the most explosive servers I've done in a while. To make sure all this is loving it. So we're going to stack 100 up in there, sneak one, we'll stack another 100 up in there, and an inverted TNT is going to be hidden inside of there. The inverted, I don't know what they do. I'm not sure what an inverted TNT does. Does that mean it just explodes backwards, like downward instead of upward, or does it pull everything into it almost like a black hole then? Maybe you guys can give me your thoughts on that, or maybe your philosophy upon an inverted TNT. So does it pull things in? Does it explode a particular direction? Or should I just shut up and place TNT down? I think I should shut up and put some TNT down. Wow, I got a lot more out than I expected. Thank you so much for that caring reaction. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you so much for stopping by, and hopefully you have an amazing day. And welcome to the stream. I don't look at my views, but I appreciate you guys. I do look at the reactions, though. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce all your guys' names. You'll hear me sometimes mention some names, and I placed out too many arrow ones, but we're gonna leave it. Let's just cover it and pretend we didn't do that. And at the bitter end of the stream, we're gonna randomly just pick some TNTs out of here and here, and we're just gonna randomly, sporadically put them. I'm not really gonna read them. A timer TNT. That's kind of cool, I guess. A flat TNT. I mean, look at all the different X-ray TNT. Wow, you better have your glasses on for that one, huh? Physics. That one sounds so scary. That one sounds really scary. That sounds like it's like ripping stuff apart. It is so bizarre. I did hear that one before. Like, I thought to myself, what an eerie sound. It just reminded me of just, I want to crawl up in a freaking hole and hide from it. It wasn't good, you guys. I'm not sure why I'm sharing that, but it was a bit fucked. Guys, I did make up my own group too. It's still in the making. I did kind of come up with my own icon and my own stuff. It's still kind of being made and put together, which I'll share more as I go live more often and stuff like that. My own little clan. And the public server is pinned, so feel free to join. We do have land claims on, so random people cannot destroy your stuff. Creepers can't blow up your area. Book bags. You get starter kits. Also, you get to hang out with me. How much better can it be than that? No, really. How much better can it get? 15 minutes left, you guys, and this is going to be going up in smoke. It gives us just enough time to add more to this. Holy cow. Did anybody take an estimate how much TNT we have out? It'd be really hard because, again, some of those stacks have more TNT in one pile than they do, you know, all together. Bring it right down. Get it. This might be kind of funny. I think we're going to put a, let's, right here might be good. This a little TNT guy. Gonna blow him sky high, you guys. He's like, look at me, I'm TNT. We'll give him a head of this arrow one. Yeah, this is the last one. If you read the description, oh wait, and another, oh okay, another firecracker TNT. I see what you're saying. So then you want me to throw one of these, is what you're saying? A dynamite at it. Oh wait, another firecracker in TNT. Is that what you're asking me for? If you want something specific, just let me know. We do have a couple 100 stacks too. It's getting towards the end, so you guys can make suggestions now if you want. We can start taking stuff out of the other packs now. I guess what I'm trying to do is get people to communicate a little bit more, and maybe love you, buddy. How is okay? That actually popped up again like it was a new message. That's beautiful. I love it when my thing does that. I mean, that would be the benefit of actually using the other OBS. Like, I don't think I would have that more often. Or less often, I mean. Let's make the most out of this 10 minutes, you guys. Fire TNT. All right, man. We're going to find it. There it is. Fire TNT. So you want the Hellfire, or should we put the Fire TNT? I know you said Fire TNT, so we're definitely going to put that out. So I'll give you a minute to process that. So should we go for a fire? You still want that Fire, or do you want the Hellfire? Hellfire. So I'm going to lay these out. I'll let you be the man with the plan. And then we'll lay down. We'll see what our buddy Jay has to say. I want to make sure a lot of this does get over. Oh, hell. Yeah. Finally, answer he goes. We're going to stuff this butte in right here. That'd be a nice little present on top of a 100 stacker. What do you think about that, man? Or would you prefer being out in the open? If you prefer out in the open, we'll just stick a second one out. I'm not going to go in there and destroy that. Whatever Jay wants, Jay gets, you guys. We're rolling down to the final event, man. Here we go. We don't have as many 10,000 stacks out this time, so the server's probably going to love me for a long time. This villager home's looking a little bit... Donkey looks like he's ready to get a little bit of that action on, too. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Make sure he's all snuggling in there. Get it. Want to fire? You want to fire TNT in there too, buddy? I'll get you a fire one up in there too. There, I can give you two, man. Man, my chat thing is doing some really weird jumping around. It's like moving the comments around on me. Now, I can say I've never seen that before. I'm just going to slip a 20 stack in there. I don't think I'll be able to fill that all in, just because we have a small amount of time. And I just want this all connected. TNT will start dropping, so we got to make sure some of it up here. There we go. I cannot wait to see this. Officially, you guys, we got 10 minutes left. For those of you who might be waiting patiently for this, again, I don't watch my this has got to go. I don't watch the views. I know some people just come and go. So that's kind of why too that I don't watch the views. Like, in other words, is that they'll react and leave. Some streamers, it actually affects them when they see that happen. There we go. This is official, you guys. This is going to be official here. I don't want this. TNT's going to start falling down right here. Like, as it explodes, because that's how TNT works. Like, if it's connected and not supported on anything. Want to harness the explosion. Any other suggestions, Jay? Oceanic. Oh, I kind of want to see what that one does. I'm not going to lie. Is anyone against seeing what that one does? I don't know why my curiosity. Oceanic one. Does that mean it's just like an ocean just appears out of nowhere? We're gonna go over here and go do it. Appreciate you, Brown. Appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. I'm gonna do it right here. You guys got to be just as curious as I am about this. Probably got to be careful too. I don't have set homes on this. Like, I could lose my my spot. And it's a server shits right here. I'm gonna cry like a girl. I just got to see what this does. There's something about it. There's something about it. I just want to see. As expected. As expected. That was really cool, I guess. Like that, if I put those out, that would help diffuse a lot of what's going on over there. I'm wondering if we should have water pouring down from the skies. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I cannot lose my direction, because if I do, that's really not good, because I don't have set homes on. I am scared now that I'm not going to be able to find my spot back. This is terrible, and I never put a map on here, did I? No, I did not. Okay, there's the village. No, I was next to another village. Oh, shit. Why the hell did I do that to myself? I knew better than that, too. I think I know how I could get it back. I'd have to, type in the command for the closest villager home. This might be it right here, actually. There's the water thing. So it must be this direction. Oh, man, why did I do that, you guys? This is not good. Okay, please, 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 please. Yes! I'm not doing that ever again unless I have set homes or unless I have a way to come back to it. Okay, we put a couple extra hellfires. I don't want too many in. Just only if they're asked, and just get a normal TNT. That kind of made me sick to my stomach, I'm not gonna lie. For a moment there, because I was like, man, I want to disappoint everybody. I set something up and I can't even do it. But I do like the fact of what type of TNT that was. Like, that'd be great for filling in an area with water, like, quickly. 8 minutes left, you guys, and the big explosion will commence. I'm just gonna go nuts. I'm just gonna place like a wild madman. This I cannot see, because I know this does not have as much. Probably TNT's the last one, because I went too much in the 10,000 TNT blocks. It'll be interesting still to see what the server does, what the ticks are, how much RAM it took up, how much CPU cycles it took up, and I'm curious about the hyperthreads. I never pay much attention, because I wonder if this is more hyperthread driven, or does it consume, or does it try to consume both? I want to see this. There's a couple ridiculous things like this too. I mean, it's just gonna fall anyways. I know it. Put some over here. Or as much as we can. 6 minutes, you guys. I'm not sure if this is what you guys have been waiting for, but definitely for me. Yeah, I'm never going to do this again, because clearly more cores is going to make it better. I ain't going to beat up all my processors and my computers too much. At least this one, when I go to get rid of it and I go to sell it, I can explain the stress test that it actually took. This home's looking a little bit bare. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a let's add just 100 stack in there, and then what I will do is I will just connect a bunch of TNT to it. So you can't fit 100 stack of TNT inside this little building. Let's just face it. So I'm just going to make it so I don't have to probably fill it all in. I can just keep covering the ground. We can make sure it's well connected. That will not fall now. 5 minutes and counting. We're gonna get as much in here as we can. I don't want that. Be careful. Last time I placed a TNT around a torch, something bad had happened. I don't know what had happened that day. Let's not do that. I'll just put it out. we'll do is we'll stick a I'm gonna put another 100 stacker inside of here, I think, and then go on a different project. So you can imagine there's 100 TNT right there, just sitting right there. Get a little more of this ground coverage here. Definitely need something that's a little bit more high end than what we're listening to here. Man, shit's about to blow up. There we go, and then we'll put it on shuffle. I want some good music playing while this is all going up in smoke. Kind of adds to the fuel, the excitement. 4 minutes! Explosion time! That extra 20 minutes should cover all the screwing around that I was doing. We're closer to that definite hour of placing. Just gonna fall in place. No waterfall. The only type of waterfall you're gonna get is a TNT. I wonder what other type of things I could do like this that would be fun to watch and fun to do. Like, what other type of challenges could there be out there? I don't mean the sky block and the 1 block survival challenges. Like, I've done all of those. I've done the bottle challenges. We've done TNT challenges. I did look at some zombie apocalypse challenge, but it didn't look like it was like I did notice a lot of people complained about the server not loading or running correctly. Like, I try to stay away from those type of things. Like, if there's too many complaints, I just won't do it. I mean, like, within the forums or within the chats that are within the places where I get all these things. Please stick around, you guys. There's only about 2 minutes left. Then we're gonna blow this thing sky high. This thing's a little bit more right here, though. Here we go, this way. That TNT out of there. Get that torch out of there. Now, say hopefully there's some TNT in that too. I didn't forget it. Good. Now we're gonna add in a random fire one up in there. Let's add a an oceanic one over here. And we'll do is we'll put a 20 stacker in right there. And then we'll leave the TNT over here. So this will explode in its own time probably. But at least the water will go downward. Wait, this might be actually kind of fun. Let's actually cause a flood. And this side of the mountain will just be flooding. We all seen what those do. So as we got explosions of hundreds and 20s and singles and hellfires and zombies and stuff like that, we will have flooding going over here on the other side of the mountain. So this side will just flood out. There. Ooh, and all the water will start rolling down. Okay, we got 1 minute left. As much down as we can. I do want to kind of screw over this house too, knowing I probably cannot fill that everything in time, so we're going to put one in there. Knowing we're at the last minutes, I'm going to start adding 20s instead of singles. That way we can get more TNT at one time in there. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, guys. It's about to reach the hour and 20 minutes. I hope you guys are okay with how much I put into this as far as assembling the computer to be able to do this, customizing the computer to be able to do this. Plus, I tried to stay about an hour fairly steady. Okay, here we go. We're an hour and 20 minutes in, so let's go find that spot. Here we go, right here. Oh, man. Woo! We do a little stretch here. All right, let's get a good perspective of this, too, when this happens. Server, I am so sorry for what I'm about to do to you. Let's, this all up here for a minute. Okay, and I think before we do, we got to find something heavy. Let's find something really heavy as far as music goes. What I'm going to do is, the company that I get my music from, that I've never gotten a strike for, I'm just literally going to put death in. That's it, as far as the name, and it found this one right here. Let's see what... Well, let's find something good, though. Oh, this picture looks awesome. This is called sudden death. Sounds like what's about to happen. Hey guys, here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's happening. Bye-bye, server. I once loved you. It's happening. Wait till it reaches some of those other ones that are mixed up in there. It won't be so pleasant. Woo! Let it rain. Those extra cores do. Oh, you bitch. Wait. Oh, holy cow. I thought it failed. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Let's get a little more. Yeah. Oh, look at it's all the. See, the optimizations did work and the extra cores. Oh, bleed. Look at the golems. They're like stuck in space and time. Oh, what else? Just want to make sure. Oh shit, she still having. Oh, it even blew me back, the admin. Look at the way that looks. Screenshot time. Time set today. Oh, dude, we're taking screenshots of this, definitely. Okay, the server is at 1,000 MSs, but it's not failing. Look at that destruction. Like, the explosions are not allowing me to move forward. Look at that, it pushes me back again. That must be that aerial strike. Oh, actually, that was the Hellfire J. I think it was your Hellfire boxes that did that. Look at it, stuff is still raining from the skies and exploding. Here it comes! I think that nighttime bomb's gonna keep it daytime on us. Look at the explosions are still. Look at these things are still flying outward. Okay, we're gonna try flying through this now. Whoa! Look at over there, opened up pretty good. Stuff is still exploding. The server did not fail this time, you guys, and I'm still in the freaking game. I knew we could get this. This was my major goal was to survive a colossal explosion, and we freaking did it. Let's freaking go, man! I am excited about this. And I can't wait to look at the calculations, like how much calculating the CPU is doing after this. Look at that, you guys. I am just going to screenshot the lore of this. Holy cow, the mayhem is real. Now, I'm wondering if it's done. Now, I'll be able to tell when I take a look at the computer. I'll be able to know if stuff is still raining down. Blocks are still coming from the heavens. Damn, that was not there that long ago. What do you guys think about that? Server survives. And it's still happening. That is so cool. Alright, enough of the destruction music. Let's get back onto normal music. The server is still exploding. Look at that. It actually pushed me back. This poor world was once a beautiful world, and now it is forever plundered into natural disasters. Actually, that wasn't too natural now, was it? Look at this, man. This poor world is still raining. Raining blocks that were sent to the heavens. Okay, let's see. Is anything else still falling from the skies? I think that might be it, you guys. I think we survived it. Out of 3 times, this was the first time that we got to survive a whole complete explosion. Wow. I'm actually pretty excited about that, to be honest. I just had to go look at the server for a minute. Yep, server's healthy. I think it's all done. Yeah, that's the aftermath, you guys. Wow, it even went over here. We did not put blocks this far over, I don't think, did we? I guess it's hard to tell because the terrain has changed so much. Wow, look at what the TNT explosion built. Look at that, it even made a way over there. Wow, this is colossal. Let's do this. Let's go to video. I have a 4090. I run it at 8 because most servers are set for 8 to 10. So making it more than what the server says, it doesn't give you any more viewing. It actually kind of hurts the server that you're playing on. But look at that. Now that we can see more at one time. That's a big freaking hole, dude. I'm just making sure I don't see anything else exploding or falling that I can call it that we actually survived it. Look at this. Wow, this whole world was gutted. It even made it. Oh, okay, so now we're just circling now. All right, you guys. I think we're going to end right here. We did good. And the server survived. So freaking cool, you guys. We did it. We freaking did it. Don't forget to smash those reactions. Liking and sharing would be so awesome. I appreciate you. What's up, Captain? Thanks for rolling in there towards the end. I'll be back with another stream shortly. Maybe some something in VR. Ace.